Hey guys, Big Red 3. Yeah. Close this door. 3, 10. I got it. Well, see the title of the video. WWE really needs to bring back the split brand pay-per-views. Let me give you reasons why. Okay, 1. In split brand pay-per-views, the undercard guys like Jimmy Wang Yang, the Brian Kendrick, they can get pay-per-view time. Now, I know I said in a video that the mid-carders are really dominating the WWE right now. In SmackDown, you know, kind of Ray, if you consider a mid-carder. More, aside from Ray, aside from Hardy, Edge, and Jericho, really, Morrison, Benjamin, Haas, they're all over that show. ECW, David Hart Smith, Evan Bourne, Tyson Kidd, you know, aside from Swagger Christian and Dreamer, who some even say is kind of a mid-carder, and Finley, who some say is a mid-carder, they're running ECW. And Raw, come on! Aside from the 4 guys who've been fighting the past few months, Cena, Show, Batista, and Orton, come on, we got MVP, who's been on Raw a lot, Kofi Kingston, who's been on Raw a lot, Matt Hardy, who's getting a lot of Raw airtime, D. Brian Kendrick, the Colognes, even fucking William Regal is getting more Raw time. Mr. Kennedy is getting more Raw time. Legacy, who I don't even consider mid-carders, are getting Raw time. So, the mid-carders really running WWE. But, on the pay-per-views, they are definitely not. Morrison versus Shelton Benjamin is the only... I wanted that match to happen, but I didn't expect it to, because WWE doesn't usually put mid-card feuds like that on pay-per-view. They never have, and it's a shame because they can put on good matches, as we saw with Morrison and Benjamin, which was a good match. So, the mid-carders will get much more time if they have split-branded pay-per-views. I remember when they had all SmackDown pay-per-views, that's what made Paul London a star. Paul London got to shine on his on the SmackDown pay-per-views in 2004, and then in 2005, that's what gave him his Cruiserweight title. I really saw a lot of Paul London in the pay-per-views. Even with him and D. Brian Kendrick on pay-per-view, I saw a lot of them work together. Even fucking Unforgiven, which was one of the worst pay-per-views of all time from WWE, possibly the worst in 2007. Well, Hard Justice was the worst pay-per-view in 2007. This was the worst WWE pay-per-view in 2007. That was the best match on the card, in my opinion. I think his match, Brian Kendrick and Paul London versus Cade and Murdoch, was the best match. As maybe Punk and Burke, but when I saw the pay-per-view live, I missed that match. I saw it on DVD, but I don't remember too much of it. So, because that whole pay-per-view was horrible. That's the only thing I can remember that was really good. So, I'll give London and Kendrick. A lot of stars have shined on split-banded pay-per-views, and they can't do it because the main eventers occupy everything. Let's look at Judgment Day. Aside from Morrison, heck, let's look at Extreme Rules right now. No, because I don't consider Punk. I consider him from mid-card to main event in that like hash mark, because he did win the world title and he does have a victory over Edge. That's a big deal. You guys don't treat it as much. That's a big deal to get a victory over Edge cleanly. Edge is supposed to be this big tough guy who beats everyone. It's a very big deal to get Edge beat John Cena cleanly. Oh, I'm not talking about Backlash. I'm talking like, you know, in the past. And John Cena is the biggest star WWE has. So you can basically say that CM Punk could be good enough to beat John Cena. Edge is not I don't see Edge losing cleanly a lot. I mean, I don't. So really, that's a pretty big deal. Umaga, I don't consider him a mid-carder because he's the only guy SmackDown has as a monster. Kane, where the fuck is Kane? I haven't seen Kane in weeks. But Umaga is now their only monster, and he has to be a main eventer. When you're the only monster, you have to be a main eventer on the show. So really, already I'm seeing no fucking mid-card, and no, don't say Santino Marella, on Extreme Rules. With split-branded pay-per-views, they can shine on those pay-per-views. Second, personally, I believe Raw will get better with split-branded pay-per-views. I think when we thought WWE had little effort, now they have even less. Raw only has to hype up 2 or 3 matches, so they don't fuck Raw. They have to put very crappy shows. Whereas if they're split branded pay-per-views, Raw has to promote an entire fucking show, 7 different matches. They have to completely devote that Raw to those shows. And maybe cut the crappy segments out of there. Because they have to fulfill that show. I personally think split brand pay-per-views are much needed for Raw. Much needed. For Monday Night Raw. Okay. Third, when a Raw pay-per-view comes up, we don't see these guys every month. Like we didn't see, they'll get more build, which I loved back then. Here, let me tell you what I'm talking about. Let's say Raw had a pay-per-view in Vengeance, and they didn't have another one till Unforgiven. No, there's SummerSlam in between. That doesn't count. Okay, how about this? Backlash and Vengeance. I'm talking like a long time ago. 2004, 2005. Forget Extreme Rules. Backlash and Vengeance. 2 Raw pay-per-views. Sometimes a feud would start at Backlash and it would extend into Vengeance, making the feud much hyped. Whereas now it's Backlash and Judgment Day, and the feud starts here and poof. Not much more can go. Feuds can be elongated. I'll give you a good example. Triple H Batista. I guarantee that couldn't have happened if they fought. If Triple H Batista fought at Backlash and Judgment Day, it would not have worked together. Vengeance. It would not have worked together at all. In my opinion, it was better that they didn't have to fight at Judgment Day, because it seemed like a little too much. I thought they already fought at WrestleMania, so you can do Mania, then Backlash, then I want to sell at Judgment Day. No, that doesn't work. So, really, we want those split-branded pay-per-views to come back. Also, people always tell me the best years of WWE in the new generation. Oh my God, don't criticize me. This is in the 2000th century, after the Attitude Era, from 2002 on. They tell me the best years were from 03 to 05. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. And they go, well, what happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. The split band and pay-per-views went away. That's what fucking happened. 2006, I think, is a little underrated. People say it's like the worst year ever. Are you kidding me? It's like people saying, like I said, people saying that WrestleMania 25 was one of the worst ever. You don't know how many WrestleManias have fucking sucked. 1 was actually, in my opinion, a little bad. 2 was horrible. 4 wasn't good. 5 was not good. 6 was not good, except for that main event. 7 was okay. 8 was good. 9 fucking sucked. 10 was very good. 11 sucked. 12 was horrible. WrestleMania 13 was a fucking piece of shit. So Monoxide is telling me WrestleMania 25 is the worst ever. He is so fucking off. I know we have opinions and everything, but people think that WrestleMania 13 and 12 were amazing. No. Aside from one match on each card, we all know which ones they were. Both shows were atrocious. Atrocious. There were many years before 2006 that were atrocious. 1999 was horrible. 1995, horrible. 2002, highly overrated. People think it was very good. I thought it was okay. Really, there's only 3 pay-per-views from 2002 that I think are amazing. I think it's SummerSlam, Vengeance, and Judgment Day. There were some good pay-per-views in between, but people say that year was amazing. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Okay, so really, I think the split-branded pay-per-views will help a lot. From 2003 to 2005, everyone says in the 21st century, aside from the Attitude Era, those were the best years in WWE. And I kind of agree, especially 2004, which we all consider the best year post-Attitude Era. That's because we had Benoit and Eddie Guerrero holding the reins. So that's my opinion. But the split-branded pay-per-views need to come back. They need to come back. So that way Raw can get better, the mid-carders can shine, feuds can be elongated, and the pay-per-views will feel more special. I guarantee if Raw had split-branded pay-per-views, I don't think we'll have 14 pay-per-views a year, which I don't have a fucking problem with. Because I don't see them having 2 pay-per-views in June and 2 in October with the split-branded pay-per-views. Okay, I think that is it. I spent last night watching some Chikara. This is all the matches that I have written down. Yeah, I'm just trying. It's very, very good wrestling, I must admit. I'm starting to love indies more and more. With this, I will watch the Ted Petty Invitational 2004. Then I'll watch 2 ROH Netflix, and then the next thing on Netflix immediately is Randy Savage, because I desperately want to see that DVD. But I'm not going to do DVD overload, which is what Matt Beast has, sadly, and I've told him about this. It's when you have, like, and I had it too a few months ago. It's when you have, like, 10 DVDs, and, like, you have so many DVDs to watch. No, I had it at Christmas. I had it a few months ago. I don't want to have it again. Okay, that's it. I'm Big Rat 310, and I'm out. Peace.